Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi said on Saturday his country was ready to hold talks with world powers to revive its 2015 nuclear accord, but not under Western pressure, adding Tehran was seeking negotiations leading to a lifting of U.S. sanctions. France and Germany have urged Iran to return to negotiations after a break in talks following Iranian elections in June, with Paris demanding an immediate restart amid Western concerns over Tehran's expanding atomic work. Last month, France, Germany, and Britain voiced concern about reports from the UN nuclear watchdog confirming that Iran has produced uranium metal enriched up to 20% fissile purity for the first time. Iran says its nuclear program is peaceful, that it has informed the watchdog about its activities, and that its moves away from the 2015 deal would be reversed if the United States returned to the accord and lifted sanctions. Former U.S. President Donald Trump withdrew the United States from the accord in 2018. The Taliban claimed Saturday that their forces had seized several districts in the northern Panjshir Valley, the last remaining province in Afghanistan holding out against the Islamist group. Taliban officials said that overnight advances have brought several days of fighting to Annaba, an area close to the provincial capital, Bazarak. Emergency, an Italy-based charity, confirmed the Taliban had reached Annaba. The non-governmental organization, which runs a medical center in the area, said its facility had received a small number of wounded people. For its part, the opposition National Resistance Front said Saturday that it had pushed back enemy attacks, but acknowledged losing ground to the Taliban and said both sides suffered casualties. A few thousand demonstrators set off again in Paris behind the leader of the French nationalist party, the Patriots, to protest against a health pass for the 8th Saturday of such demonstrations. French people are now used to being asked to show their credentials as they enter restaurants, bars, gyms, or museums to prove that they have either been vaccinated or have recently tested negative for COVID-19 or have recovered from the illness in the last 6 months. According to the Johns Hopkins University COVID-19 Resource Center, 61% of the French population has been fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Australia, struggling to quell its worst wave of COVID-19, reported more than 1,700 infections on Saturday, another record high, as officials warned that the worst is yet to come and urged people to get vaccinated. Most of the cases were again in New South Wales, which has been fighting an outbreak of the highly infectious Delta variant since mid-June. Brad Hazard is the Minister for Health and Medical Research.
There are now close to 11,000 people with COVID-19 who are currently being cared for by New South Wales Health. The vast majority, about 90%, are being cared for at home, in the community, or in New South Wales Health's special health accommodation.
Wilcannia in far west New South Wales has been one of the state's hardest hit areas, with a large indigenous population, many living in multi-generational households. Some people in the town are now living in COVID-19 isolation accommodation to separate community members. Power is due back for almost all of the city of New Orleans by next week, according to officials. But for other areas hit by Hurricane Ida, there's no timeline for restoration. AP's Julie Walker reports.
The New Orleans mayor is urging residents to come back as the power goes on so they can help with cleanup and relief efforts. At the same time, many are still leaving. Gwen Warren was getting on a bus yesterday from the suburbs with other evacuees headed to a shelter in northern Louisiana. She says after days without power and other necessities, she can't take it anymore.
Any place the Lord blesses us to go out of this heat, where we're able to get some food, get a hot bath, and, and just some comfort. It's fine.
Things are at a boiling point without power. Police say one man shot another man to death at a gas station line, and they've responded to several gas station disputes. I'm Julie Walker.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.